slavery. Okay, of course slavery was awful, but it was the Christians who first went about abolishing it, and it continued unabated, and it continues to this day in the Islamic world. And slavery has existed in every single civilization known to man, and yet it is only Western slavery which is criticized. What about Islamic slavery, which started much, much earlier, which started in the 7th century, 8th century, and went on much longer, and in some countries it still exists. And it was far more cruel, far more devastating, because they tended to castrate their slaves at a young age, and there was a very high mortality rate. I'm going to be writing about this one of these days soon. The eunuchs were needed for the harems in the Islamic world. And yet, what happened to all these millions of slaves? More slaves were imported and taken into the Islamic world than ever crossed the Atlantic into the New World. And we have the descendants of the black slaves in the West, in the United States. But what happened to the descendants of the slaves in the Islamic world, the black slaves? Well, they've died out because of their treatment, and of course, for a very obvious reason, many of them were castrated, so they could not propagate their people. The same thing with imperialism and colonialism. Well, the Islamic Empire was just as imperialistic, in fact, far more devastating in that it destroyed several civilizations. The Western colonial powers, not only that they did not destroy, for example, Indian civilization, they actually encouraged the study of it. They were the first ones to look at the origins of Buddhism, for example, to preserve the Buddhist monuments, the Islamic monuments. They're the ones who went about saving these monuments. For example, Lord Cromer in British India spent millions of pounds preserving the extraordinary monuments in the whole of India. So this is some of the things that I talk about, and one of the great